What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat, and we are here today with the next episode of Betrayer. In the previous episode, we had ran through the hills, we had shot some guys, we had murdered some stuff, we had done some general mayhem and violence, and we had restored color to the world via a lovely little slide. Oh, there's one of those poisony things. Die! There we go. Sometimes you gotta shoot something at this. I mean, I'll say one thing for this cabin, it's got balls. But we just shot it in the balls, so I suppose it probably left them a little bit too far. Oh, there's another one! No! It's got a spare set. How weird is that? Like a mutant. I feel like I should be calling it Xavier here. Send you off to somewhere like a school where you can learn to use your dual-balled powers a little bit better. Alright, so let's figure out what it is we're supposed to be doing here. There's nothing else in the light, which means that we probably need to run off to the darkness. Let me refill because I had to use my water right there, which is lame. I should probably... Oh, that's a car alarm. I was like... Hark, I hear something in the distance. And nope, it's just a car alarm outside my house. I've got off-the-field interference going on right now. I'm gonna buy some of these. Nice. And then I'll probably buy pistola loads. Very good. Did I ever find my tomahawk? I did not. How disappointing is that? I miss my tomahawk. My tomahawk's awesome. And then we can afford to buy a new powder flask if we wanted to. So I think I'll probably do that. That seems okay. And then we'll buy the pistol loads to fill in the remainder. And as I recall, I don't really remember. I'm willing to bet the bell is probably somewhere up here in the northwest. Oh, there she is. She's decided to show up. She just running around barefoot the whole time. I get the bottom of her feet are probably like concrete. Running around, she's like clink, clink, clink. When she takes steps, she'll be like, what's that sound? I'm like, oh, it's just the bottom of my feet. Don't worry about it. We often passed through this area, but rarely stayed very long. Those who lived here seemed to have little use for the rest of us. They were eager to be away from the larger settlements, even knowing there were no walls or soldiers to defend them. I have a gift for you? I have a cameo pendant. The cameo is missing. Because I'm under attack right now. Hold on. I can fix this. I can fix this. With arrows! How are you going to attack me while I'm trying to talk to the lady right now? Come on, man. I'm trying to give gifts. I'm trying to make this whole thing go smoothly, and I'm trying to make her like me more. And you're just running interference on this whole thing. That's not cool. You're that guy at the end of the bar that keeps sending drinks over. Stop it. You stop it right now. You saw what happened. We unleashed the DACA on you. Things get real. I think some people chose to live on the hill hoping the hike would discourage visitors. I have a gift for you. The hairpin. Why are you giving it to me? It has practical value and should not go to waste. Then, though I already have one, I shall keep it in case I lose mine. I found a woman's shoe that seems like it might fit you. She's gonna make fun of me, I know it, but I decided to do this anyways. In case you find another. I suppose I shall have to keep it then, for I would be greatly frustrated if I discarded it and later found its partner. Does she put on one shoe? That would be hilarious. I would laugh. It would bring me joy. So, where is the bell at? I gotta take a look around and figure. Oh, there it is. I got you. Large gold thing along the side. Let's roll. Dun dun dun. Into the world of darkness. Let's take a look, and I suppose we'll get to listening. It sounds like the first place we need to go is over here. I don't know if it kicked me out of the darkness. In the last episode, was I in the darkness? My sister Catherine hasn't returned. Well, where did you last see her? I remember striking her. She was in tears. She ran out of the house, and I was seething with anger, though I don't remember why. Who are you? Lewis. Lewis Archard. I found this shawl near the remains of a woman not far from here. I remember staring down at her, wondering how it had come to this, wondering what I had done. Do you recognize this bloodied shirt? I remember Jeffrey Hunt writhing on the ground, moaning in agony. I could see he was dying, but I stayed with him until the end. Okay. Our next goal is going over here, so let's go ahead and we'll be off along our way. I'll try and sprint my way there just to make sure that we get all the treasures that are there to be had. Well, am I gonna do some like mountain climbing? Oh, never mind. We're gonna take a cut to the east once we hit this rock wall. It'll be fine. I'm good at hitting rock walls. That's what I do as a geologist. That's like my thing, hitting rock walls. Also climbing unnecessary things. That is also what I do. I like this log. It makes me feel like a sniper. So we got something over here. Oh, I fell off a log. Ah, well. Log, why have you betrayed me with your slipperiness? Seems like we got something over here, but I think there's multiple things that are all like kind of interfering with me getting any one location singled out. There we go. Headless guy. I must apologize to Lewis. I must tell him that I'm sorry for making him angry. Is this your wool shawl? It's a wooden shawl. It's not very comfortable, but damn does it keep the rain out. Yes, then you must be Catherine Archard. What happened to you? I couldn't breathe. Hands were choking me. I tried to pull them away, but they were too strong. I grabbed his finger and twisted as hard as I could. His voice cried out, savage and guttural, and his grip loosened. I clambered away and ran. I realized I was holding his ring. It must have come off in my hand. Found a gold ring inlaid with 3 small rubies. From the size, it was likely worn by a man. You make me run all the way back to town, huh? Alright, let's just teleport. I'm gonna add a teleport sound since there isn't one. Do you recognize this gold ring? It is mine. I told Catherine she must stay away from Jeffrey Hunt. She said she would not. I remember yelling at her then, but still she argued, so I struck her. She was in tears. She ran out of the house, and I was seething with anger. The next point sounds like it's really far off. So let's go ahead and get our walk started that way. Hopefully we don't get... Oh. I was gonna say, where is it? God. Woohoo. Center mass, center mass. There, I was gonna say, I'm never gonna see any of those arrows again, am I? Probably not gonna see that one that I fired over his shoulder ever again either. But we'll go take a look. It probably landed somewhere over here. And it's in the general direction that we needed to go anyways. This is why I don't do archery. Every time I do it, I lose all my arrows. It's called bad aim and bad targets. I made targets one time and the arrows would just go straight through them and out the other side, and they would bury themselves under the crabgrass, and you'd be like, well, you're never seeing that arrow again. Goodbye. I had fun, though. I used to shoot, I think I had a 40-pound bow that I used to shoot as a kid. When I was, well, not a kid, when I was like 15 or 16, I shot every now and again. Not all the time. It wasn't like something that I pursued as an, not, I guess, not as an athletic endeavor, but it was something I did every now and again for fun. A silver skula. Ow, damn, we're about to get owned. Ow. Okay, one down. This dude gotta go right now. Because he's actually mean. If they close the gap with you, you're toast. And I was getting hit from my right. Where is that at? A diggy pile? Still need that stupid trowel. Sigh. Lost another 4 arrows too. They're probably off. Well, I should have left the dead body. They're probably off over this way somewhere. But I would say our chances of finding them are fairly slim, since I don't really remember where the engagement took place. The marriage of my arrow to his face. Following the engagement, I guess. If I wanted to be particularly wordplay about it. I don't know if I'm in the mood today. I don't know if I'm in the mood. I'm finding it hard to tell. I mean, as I've said in previous episodes, this week has just been me wrestling with my Meniers. And so sometimes I'm in the mood, sometimes I'm not. I'm just like, meh. I think I'm just going to go lay on the couch for a while. But you know what? I think that the viewers of the Loyal Nerdcast will have come to expect a certain brand of terrible humor from me. And so I'm going to try and muscle this through today. We're going to go... Great. I'm under assault again. Yield the high ground. That always works. It's just like Killing Floor. You can jump over. That's what it reminds me of more than anything is Killing Floor. How you could jump over the I forget the name of them. I think they're called husks. The little fire guys that fire their arm cannon at you. You could jump over their bolt in the exact same way because they use the exact same form of auto targeting. Now we're going over here. This is probably going to be the guy that's lost his head, and so we shall help him recover it. Ooh, I got him. Right in the femur. Ow. Dude got lasers. Get on out of here, Silver Skull. Oh god. Tomahawk. Okay, so maybe this is the headless guy, or this is gonna be that hunt guy. God. Coming out of everywhere. I'd say they were coming out of the woodwork, but he very clearly came out of the ground, so I don't know. Alright, so he's down. Get our arrows back. 3 more. I go through a lot of ammo. I go through an embarrassing amount of ammo. I should probably figure out a way to recover my arrows a little bit more efficiently, but meh. I like to live on the edge. We like to live dangerously. Who are you? Found a stone knife. Dried blood is caked on the blade. Okay. Where's my pistola at? I want to use my pistol for a little while. Unleash the blast on some dudes. Get involved in some of that old shoot 'em up bang bang stuff. Let me grab this before we go anywhere else. Next one's going to be off this way. Over the fence! Anybody that has like a 5-foot vertical leap, I'm impressed by, because as a little person I've never been able to jump efficiently. There he is. Oh, I didn't kill him. That also did not kill him. That killed him. Got him with the tomahawk. Alright. Getting lots of tomahawk usage today. I'm using the tomahawk all the time. Let's continue off in the direction that the HUD is telling us to go in, because we have no choice. This is not something that we can resist. Deus Ex Machina and all that. And so this might be the headless guy, or maybe Hunt. I'm not sure which. He's got a gravestone. I believe I found your skull. You are most generous. Please accept a gift in gratitude. Alright, 250 gold coins. Get paid up. Let's go ahead and head this way. Just wandering all over the fields and plains for this one. They're making us walk to every corner. Crawl over this giant granitic boulder. I mean, it looks sort of granitic. I don't know. I'd have to get a better look at it, but it's actually really, really hard to represent rocks properly, even in video games. Like, when you take a picture of a rock, it's very, very difficult to identify the mineralogy of a rock from a picture because you need the textural details. So, it'd be very, very difficult, since it kind of... They use bump mapping and things like that for this to make it look bumpy, but it's not actually bumpy. So, without the textures, it's... I don't know. It's iffy. It's iffy at best, diagenetically. Let's go back and... Oh my god, such a long walk. I bet I could teleport this quicker. Where are we going right now? Oh, never mind, it won't let me teleport. You cannot fast travel. What's that glowy thing over there? It's flying. I thought I heard twinkling or something over here, but I guess I must be making it up. Let's approach slowly from this side, because I think they're trying to bring us... Oh, never mind. This is where we already were. So that's going to teleport maybe the other person back. I'm not sure, but we'll come back in here and see what we can derive. Also refill our health, because we might as well while we're here. There we are. Do you recognize this stone knife? I remember now. I remember staring down at Catherine, wondering how it had come to this, wondering what I had done, or what I had failed to do. I saw that she was clutching my gold ring, the one Jeffrey Hunt had taken from me when I told him never to hurt her again. He seized my arm and pulled the ring off, saying next time I threatened him it would cost me more than a trinket. I remember him writhing on the ground, moaning in agony. I could see that he was dying, but I stayed with him until the end to make sure. I left this knife in the wound so that it would be thought that the Indians had killed him, and I would not have to answer for his death. Okay, so there's nothing else in the darkness. Let's bounce on out. We'll mute the bell, and then let her know what we found. I have learned the fate of a wraith. Louis Archer killed the man who killed his sister. Then he made himself a murderer to avenge a murder. He prized his desire for vengeance above his neighbor's desire for order and justice. I don't know if I agree with that entirely. I mean, when it comes to family, shit gets off the chain. It gets rowdy real fast. What is this? It's a gold ring. Why are you giving it to me? I I don't know which one she's gonna like if I tell her, and she's gonna make fun of me. And she's so pokey and barbed, and it makes me feel sad. It really does hurt my confidence. How can I slay monsters with confidence if this lady keeps insulting me whenever I get back home? I don't understand how I can continue on. I suppose it can be easily bartered. A most practical notion. And so I guess she took it. That's cool then. I accept it. Is there anything else that I really felt like doing here? I think we wanted to go to Fort Hope next. So seeing as we've done our investigation in this area, let's just be on our way out of town. Man, I don't see any diggy holes or anything, so meh. How far up the road do I have to go? Okay, reasonably far, but not that far, and to a magnanimous loading screen. Yeah, taking a look at these rocks, it's hard to tell from the way that they're textured. There's no way that I could ever tell you what those are. I mean, I don't want to waste too much time, but staring at it, I could tell you that it's probably igneous, but beyond that, I mean, that's how you start out. You go igneous, metamorphic, or sedimentary. Once you figure that out, then you take the diagenesis to the next level. You look for cleavage, giggity. The hell? What is that? Oh my god. That is a big spider. So apparently there's camel spiders in the middle of wherever we are. I mean, chances are, they said that we were on an island on the east coast of the United States. So I think that would probably be, knowing the history of the area slightly, I think that I'm probably right in saying, oh, we got natives coming in. But yeah, from the texture, it's difficult for me to tell. Some games, they use very obvious kind of granitic-looking textures, where you're just like, oh, that has to be a granodiorite. There's no way it's not. Nice. I really see no reason to use anything other than the short bow. It is truly incredible. It's a really good weapon. I'm gonna move to a flanking position, maybe. It looks like this is a caravan that was hit by the enemy. Or hit by somebody, anyways. It was either hit by the Spanish or it was hit by the natives. And so I'm going to be careful. I'm going to stay down low in the grass while we go through here, just to make sure that we don't suffer an ambush or anything. I see a sparkly off that way. Actually, I think we may have gotten everybody. Couldn't tell you for certain. Today I heard a story about a vain woman who fancied herself beautiful above all women. She coveted jewelry and trinkets to make herself more desirable when she preened and posed. Many young men wooed her, but she was only interested in the affections of the strongest, most prosperous suitors. One day she overheard a group of old crones talking about three brothers who lived alone in the deep forest. They were fearless hunters and mighty warriors, and said to be handsome above all men. The woman demanded to know... Where'd it go? The woman demanded to know where she might find these brothers, but the crones told her she should stay far away from them, for they were as cruel and vicious as they were cunning and capable. But she insisted on knowing and was quickly on her way to find the brothers. She was still waking when darkness fell, but soon she saw a fire ahead and made her way to it. Sure enough, around it sat three of the finest men she had ever beheld. She walked forward into the firelight to announce herself, but the brothers fell upon her at once, ravishing her like the beasts that they were, so that her screams carried throughout the forest. She woke early the next morning, in terrible pain, bloody and bruised and stripped of pride. The brothers lay sprawled on the grass in the deep and carefree slumber, so she took up an axe and hacked off their heads one by one. She returned to the crones who had told her of the brothers and hacked them to death, then wandered through the village, hacking apart everyone she met, until finally several hunters managed to drag her down. So powerful was her anger that they could barely restrain her, so one of them grabbed the axe and struck off her head. Still she seethed and raged with such ferocity that there was no choice but to cut off her limbs, but still the parts writhed with murderous intent. Finally they dug a great hole. Inside the hole they built a great fire. They cast all the pieces of her into the flames. When they saw that they wouldn't burn, they covered over the hole with soil and heavy stones and placed powerful charms in a circle around it to warn all who pass near. It is said that if you go to where she lies, you can feel the earth tremble with her rage. Yikes. So I'm kind of scared of these now, so I'm going to try and pop them from a little ways away from now on, just to make sure that we don't get ourselves into trouble. So Fort Hope is where we're going to find the shovel. Depends how much we want to wander through the forest right now. And seeing as... well, we've only got a couple minutes left, so I think what I'll do... let's just head west. Why not? We'll find the edge of the map. Northwest, west. I'm all discombobulated right now. Okay, good. We'll go off this way and we'll just follow these stones around just like we always do for a couple minutes. And then when we run out of time, in the next episode we'll start out by doing more useful things. We've got another stony diggy hole right there. Stony diggy hole is not that helpful, so we're going to leave it behind. I will say that the game is quite beautiful once you add all the color to it. You can play it in either form, black and white. You can play it in stark colors. You can play it in watercolors. You can play it in saturated colors. And every single option looks really, really gorgeous. I'm actually amazed at the amount of customization the developers have been able to put into the artistic styling of the game so that if you prefer it one way, you could just play it that way, if you know what I mean. It just seems to work out. Looks like we got a couple of diggy holes over here. Oh, they're coming in from that way. Okay. The natives are actually really good at aiming, so you got to kind of watch out. They're going to hit you either way. They're very, very difficult to juke, whereas some of the other enemies are really, really easy to juke. Let's check this last location. And then once we do this, we'll go ahead and call it a day. The grave appears to have been dug up and filled back in. The name on the marker is illegible. Oh, cool. We found ourselves a digging spade, well suited to breaking through hard soil. You can now dig in places where the trowel wasn't suitable. So we dug up a small key. We've got the spade, and I think now that we've found that, that probably leaves us in a really, really good spot to break off the episode. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here. A quality charm of swiftness. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for another episode of Betrayer. I look forward to playing the game with you again in the future. Take care out there, everybody, and as always, hi do.